Hi, I'm Roland Nancy, president and founder of New Home Sales Plus, and I am so excited to welcome my good friend Magda Esola. Am I saying that properly?
Yes.
Hi, Magda. Welcome. It's so great to see you. It's been years since we first met, and I've been watching your career from afar, and you've just been so successful. And I really want all of our viewers out there to listen to you and learn from you because it's so amazing. We reconnected. I think you bought a book or two from me, but then you signed up for our tropical retreat. They're coming down to the leadership program in November. And it just amazes me that a winner like you, somebody so successful, and you'll see all of your awards behind you, but we're going to get into it. But someone like you would still seek training and development is just inspirational for me. And it makes me think about all the other people I know that are very successful, that are still learning and still developing their skills. So I can't wait to sort of chat more with you if that's okay. But before we do that, I just said you're a winner and successful. Let me read a little bit about your bio so that people know who I'm with. So Magda is in the Charlotte market, and she's with DRB Homes. And this year, you were salesperson of the year in both sales and volume. Is that right?
And volume, yes.
Okay, good. And wait for everybody, $59 million. Before you know it, that's a lot of dollars, but that's just her. That's not a team. So a lot of times you'll see sales figures. I've seen really big sales figures in the 100 millions, but that's usually a team of people or a team of realtors. This is Magda all by herself, right, at DRB selling. So that's 59 million. Then over 6 years, she's done just over 300 million. So that's extraordinary. From 2018 to 2021 in a Charlotte market, which is a booming market. If you don't know, that's a market where, you know, it really has been on fire. But she's been salesperson of the year at the Charlotte, your association, MAME winner since 2018, 19, 20, and 21. So you've won it there 4 years in a row. Real Trends announced that you were the top 1% in the nation. Is that new home salespeople or for?
That is for both new home sales and general brokerage.
1% in the nation. So we're talking to a top 1% person. And then you are from Nicaragua. We'll talk about your background, and you're president of the National Association of Hispanic Realtors. Am I getting that right?
Yes. President of the National Association of the Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. Thank you.
So look, we're out of 10 minutes. Our time is up with your bio. Oh, there we go. So that's Magda. She's amazing. So let's chat. So Magda, can you tell us how we first met and a little bit about your backstory there? And then I'd love to find out, why are you still seeking training?
Of course. Thank you so much, Roland, for having me. And, you know, I was in general brokerage, came to North Carolina in 2007, brand new to the industry, even though, you know, general brokerage, I had the background of selling real estate, but I didn't have any knowledge of new home sales. So being literally 1 week in new home sales, I knew right away I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know what I needed to know. So I Googled best new home sales training in the US, and the time Bob Schultz and you showed up. I'm like,
oh my God. I was his sidekick. I was his Ed McMahon, you know.
Yes, and so I click on the link, and the training was in Florida the next following week. So I spoke to my vice president of sales. I said, I'm going for 3 days. I'm taking this training. And she said, well, you're on your own because we don't pay for this training. If you want to go, I'll give you the time. So I end up signing up, going to that. And I truly strongly believe that training, meeting you and Bob at that time, did change my life. It opened up, you know, that wisdom that I needed and the knowledge that I needed to remain relevant and know what I was doing in the business.
Yeah. I remember you down there. I remember you coming. I worked for Bob Schultz for 10 years, and we did these boot camps in Delray Beach. And I remember you coming down there and standing up and chatting, and we all applauded you because you invested in yourself. And so I remember Bob and I really wanted to give you all of our attention that we could on breaks, and you had so many great questions. But obviously that wisdom was inside of you. We were able to give you some confidence, I think, and some structure and some shape to say this is, you know, this is what the path you can follow. So great. And so you've been unstoppable ever since, it seems. I see all the awards on your background. So now, you know, help our audience understand it, because, you know, training, how can I put it? A lot of times people don't want to invest in training. The market is tougher, so they're thinking, well, now we've got to, we've got to retract, and we're not going to spend money on personal development. That's something you do in a boom time or whatever. So tell me what got you as a proven winner. What are your thoughts about why you're investing in more training and development? And I know you follow other trainers. I've seen you on social media, and you're always out there somewhere at a program, which I think is amazing.
That is correct. I go to at least 4 to 5 conferences per year, and all financed by myself.
Really?
I truly strongly believe in self-development, whether your organization pays for it or not. And the number one reason is to stay relevant. You need to know what's going on, and if things that used to work before might not work.
Right.
That's one of the reasons. So is to stay relevant, to sharpen the saw, right? Training.
Yeah, exactly.
Sharpen the saw. Being in front of other people, I know very well that I'm really good at what I do, but I'm not the greatest of the greatest. And I love to see and come in front of people that are amazing at their craft.
Right.
And another reason why I go to these trainings is because you not only get a lot from the trainers, but you also get a lot from other attendees.
Yeah.
And that's huge takeaways, things that you never will think. And one of the biggest reasons is like people that are with you, and they share also their pearls of wisdom.
Yeah, and that whole energy. I mean, I have a mastermind group of sales managers and sales directors that most of them will be at the retreat, and I work with them, their teams almost on a monthly basis. And that whole camaraderie of being in this together, it's a unique industry, mainly for great reasons. It's a wonderful industry, but right now, there's a little bit of anxiety going on, and to be around your peers and your colleagues and share best practices and exchange emails and be able to reach out to them and get that guidance from them, I think is valuable as well. So we look forward to welcoming you to that. So if I remember correctly, you told me that you were born in Nicaragua and came at the age of 19.
Yes.
So how has the training helped with that? Since your background, I mean, English is your second language presumably, and all that. So again, how has the sort of training helped shape that, and how has your background influenced you as a salesperson now?
Thank you for asking that, Roland. And that's another reason why I go to training. Having I'm one of very few Latinos in Charlotte, in New Hampshire. Okay. We don't have that many Latinos in the industry. I need to be in front of people that know a little more than I do. And so how my background helped me, I think, is, that wanting to succeed in the United States, following that dream, the American dream. And as I was sharing before with you, truly the embodiment of the American dream. Came to this country with nothing. I didn't know the language. I didn't know the culture. I didn't know people. I didn't know nothing, but I had a dream that I could succeed if I work hard and I follow what the rules, basically, So I got into New Home sales, and I knew I didn't know things, so I got into training. And then I am not a professional trained salesperson. I in a way, because we have a lot of people that go to training and they don't do anything with their training.
There we go.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So what you need to do is take massive action. You go to a training, and then I come back, and then I help but I gather friends of mine and I teach them what I learned, because that's how I reinforce what I learned. And then I take massive action.
There we go. Massive action. I love it. Yeah. Tony Robbins, take massive, massive action in the direction of your dreams, always, every day.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
I think the challenge that I see a lot in a lot of trainings, because I have seen rooms full of people, 2, 3, 4, 5, 700 people. And why do we have an agent that is selling $100 million in that same room with the same experienced agent that is selling $2 million or $5 million? Why? And it's the action, what they do, that's the difference.
I agree. I mean, I say it a lot, that training isn't something you do to somebody, it's something you do with them. It's action oriented. I can get up and waffle all day long about whatever, sales paths and involvement and FBI, all my stuff. My butts, talk about big butts somewhere. There we go. I like big butts, which means embracing objections. I would buy butt. But if you don't go back and manage objections, if you don't go back and change your vocabulary, if you don't take action, it's just pointless. So it is, life is about taking action, right? It's not
That's right.
about thinking, and as an entrepreneur, and you're an entrepreneur. I mean, you really truly are. You have to take risks. You just can't overthink things. You've got to go out and just implement it. If it works, great. Would you saying that, would you say that you've sort of perfected a lot of the stuff you've heard? Because that's what I used to do. I used to go to training. I go, I get the idea, but let me try it. And then I would, in my own voice, it happens to be from England, but my own voice and thought process, I would adjust it to suit the selling situation, the time, the economy.
Yeah.
What worked 4 months ago is different now because the spigot went off with leads and your conversion ratios have to go up. So, being flexible and nimble and changing it. So I'm sorry, my question was, have you learned some stuff and adapted it to sort of the Magda way of selling?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, for
such as
sure.
what do you do that's different? I'd love to hear.
Absolutely.
I'm
So
going to borrow it and take credit for it.
it's not that I do that is different. I show up to the world very authentic. And when you show up to the world very authentic, you give permission to people around you to show up as they are. I meet my customers and everybody that I know where they are.
Yeah.
So when you do that, they know, a lot of people think that obviously we're in sales to support our families, but we're not only doing this for the money. At least I'm not.
No,
just
go ahead. Yeah.
I truly believe I am in the business of changing people's lives.
Oh, wow.
So when I think like that, and I really believe it, and I come across the authenticity and being able to have a conversation with your customers, like you're having a conversation with your best friends, because I feel that my customer is in front of me because they have a problem or what I call a headache. I tell them, I said, let me be the Tylenol to your headache.
Oh, there we go.
So it's
aspirin.
So how do I do that? And it's by asking questions and getting to the really bottom line. What is it? Tell me what.
Yeah.
And when you come from approach, like I said, like a friend, and I'm here to really help you from my heart. Right. People open up. I never had a challenge of people withholding information, right? Because they know it's sincere, and I'm really concerned about their well-being, and that's the reason why they are in front of me. I know that for sure. So it's my job to find out what that pain is, and see if my product and services can solve their challenge. Yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, I agree that there's so much to unpack there. I mean, being your authentic self. I talk about it a lot that, here's good training stuff, but make it sound like you. It's got to come from your heart. Interesting what you said about why you sell. You see, I wrote it down because you firmly believe that you change people's lives. Yes. Can't get more powerful than that. We're in the greatest industry in the world where we get to build brand new dream homes for people, or they acquire them. And it's life-changing for most people. 95%, I think, would agree that this is a transformational moment in their life. And you're there to hold their hand and guide them through it. And for the most part, and then you said questions, and that's right out of my playbook. I mean, I get calls all the time for training and closing. And it's like, no, telling is not selling. You used to say that back when you came down to the training. It's being interested and asking questions, and the answers. How can again? I had some people the other day ask me to write down some answers to objections, and I said the answers don't always age well, but the questions are timeless. It's the questions that you want to be focused on, not the answers. The answers will evolve. And as you said, tell me more about that. Tell me more about your pain point. And, and if you're in resort sales, it's not really pain points. It might be fear of some other, getting taken advantage of. It's more the pleasure. It's moving towards your dream. Or if you're right sizing and moving into an active adult lifestyle, or if you're on your lot or whatever, there's all different buyers out there. But you're right. Being authentic and finding out what's really going on and being the Tylenol for them. That's very interesting. So listen, you are amazing. I'd forgotten how dynamic you are. I haven't spoken in years. When you come to the retreat on the Thursday, which is the sort of bridge day, so that you've got sales and online sales counselors for a day and a half, and then leadership, which is what you're coming to, starts on a Thursday lunchtime. Could I get you up to speak to the group a little bit and share some of your pearls of Magda wisdom?
Absolutely, I love it.
All right, good. You're too good to hide from the. I mean, it'd be nice to chat with you on the beach too. But this, I think, your passion and your knowledge, your passion in the industry, your knowledge is extraordinary. So that'll be great value. So I'll make sure on Thursday afternoon that you're there for everybody.
Thank you.
So, well, good. We've used a wonderful. It doesn't mean that like the best 10 minutes ever. I'm just feel so alive after listening to you talk about everything. It's amazing. But what's next for you, Magda? So you spent how long? 15 years? Was it 07?
15 years in new home sales and about 5 years in general brokerage. So I've been in sales for about 20 years.
20 years. And
Yes.
we met in 07, 2007,
Yes.
you came down to that program. So what's next for you? What's your next challenge? What are you going to be doing?
So I am actually thinking into leadership, going into
Good.
leadership with my
Yeah.
organization. I have achieved everything that there was to be achieved by a salesperson. And
Yeah.
my ceiling became my floor, and I need to break through
Yeah.
that floor and find another ceiling. And I think my next challenge will be, and I would love to develop people.
Yeah, that is the greatest role. I mean, I met you one time, 2007. You've been on your own, blossoming and prospering, which is amazing. But boy, you have no idea how my heart is swelling right now just to see you out there doing, just doing so well. So yeah, leadership is your thing, and inspiring others to follow in your footsteps. And the fact that you said something pretty profound, that you invested in yourself back
Yes.
then, and you'd only been in the business a week.
Yes.
And you had this instinct to say, hey, I need to develop myself and just go down and get trained. And thank goodness you never look back and so forth. So I think that leadership is wonderful. Well, I think we have spent a wonderful time together. Thank you so much for sharing all your information. I mean, your thought processes and wisdom. And I'm going to see you in about 8 weeks down on the beach in Clearwater.
Yes, I cannot wait. Thank you so much for having me, Ron.
Thank you. It really is a pleasure. I truly mean it. It's fantastic.
All right. Thank